Hey. Shalom. And etc. I hope you guys are doing good today. Today's gonna be a different type of video, as you can see, different setup. Today, we will be going over two movies that I've seen. Two movies that I've seen in the past 2 weeks. Now, these movies are Oppenheimer and TMNT, Mutant, Mayhem. This weekend, me and my girlfriend went to see TMNT, and last weekend we saw Oppenheimer. Now, let me just start off by saying, incredible movies. So, we'll start off with Oppenheimer, since it's a little bit farther. So I want to make sure I get the key points before I forget and start talking about TMNT. This video is going to be just a little bit of a ramble. Nothing crazy, just a quick ramble. Maybe you can set it aside, maybe you can just listen to it while you drive. There's not much to say other than that. So just a little ramble. One more thing. I'll be going to my annual training for 3 weeks. I will be back at the end of the month and be posting videos then. So, I can't wait to get that started. Alright, so let's begin. Oppenheimer. What an amazing movie. I was in awe of Oppenheimer. I mean, let's start off with the visuals. Visually, such a stunning masterpiece. To know that the atomic bomb, the practice of the atomic bomb, the Trinity test, was recreated. I guess not exactly recreated, but the bomb that you see in the movie, the explosion that you see in the movie, to know that that was recreated and everything that you saw in the movie was real is just what I don't understand it really, but it was really nice to see that because I've only seen like pictures when I was in middle school, and so it was just really interesting to see almost like an up close of an explosion, and it looked a little bit different than what I've seen before. Now, if you haven't seen the movie, go see it, and I'm not gonna I guess I'll put spoilers in the title to let people know that yes, there will be spoilers. But Oppenheimer, first of all, it's a historical movie, so it's like, just look up Oppenheimer and whatever's there you will probably find in the movie. So what I will say is one of my favorite parts was when the explosion happened. It's right when it happened, right? And there was just silence. The movie just went silent, and you just saw stuff, and I was like, oh, because you don't even hear a boom, it's just nothing, and you're like, what? At least I was. And I thought that was such an interesting choice because, at least for me, when I think of bombs, it's always just boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? And so to see a movie come out like that, I mean, the atomic bomb, the nuclear bomb, I'm not sure if it's atomic or nuclear. I know there's the hydrogen bomb. I don't know if that was created, though. The more I talk about it, the less I remember. But either way, this major explosion, not to have a sound that got my eye, and I guess also my ears. It's definitely really interesting. Definitely really interesting. And then, after the silence, I mean, just major. I don't even know how to describe it. It was like this, just the wind of everything burst. Oh, it was just so cool. It's so cool. And them having to have like the UV lights on and stuff. The glasses. It was wild. Also, the cast was amazing. Oh my gosh, the cast. Cillian Murphy. Nice. I mean, that guy killed that performance. I mean, I saw him in Dark Knight and also Peaky Blinders. And when I heard they were making an Oppenheimer movie, he was the first guy that came to my mind. I was like, I mean, he looks just like him, tear down a few pounds, which he did, and perfect. I mean, literally, Oppenheimer. And he finally got a movie to, show himself, and that was awesome, and he killed it. He freaking killed it. Obviously, you have Emily Blunt in there as his wife, and of course, the love interest, Florence Pugh, which... One thing that I did not like about the movie was the first time that he said it. He said his famous quote from, I think it's I'm not gonna say where it's from because I know I'm gonna be wrong. But it's a religion, and from a religious textbook, and it says, "I am become death, destroyer of worlds." Insanely famous quote by him, that he said that he felt that he related to after reading that. And the first time it happened during a certain scene with Florence Pugh, if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. But I did not expect it. But I think the more I think about that, but the more I think about that moment, it was almost like he said it after the Trinity test, when he knew what was going to happen. But in the movie, he said it then. And I believe that it was referencing his own life. And that both times were reflective of his life when he was, destroyer of his own world and the ones around him because he cheated. Excuse me. Or maybe he wasn't. I believe he was married at that point. I could be wrong. Either way. Destroyer of worlds. And then other than that, I mean, literal destroyer of worlds. It was sad to see, honestly. Very sad movie, and I think more of the cast at least. I was surprised to see Josh Peck. I was very, very surprised to see Josh Peck in there. Huey from The Boys, that was good to see. No, it wasn't. Oh, of course, Robert Downey Jr. I mean, that was goodness grievous. And Roderick from Diary of a Wimpy Kid was in there. What? That one doesn't make sense at all. But good to see him. More important roles, I guess. But overall, just a great thing. It made me think about when I was in Hawaii. I lived in Hawaii for 3 years, and that was when the atomic threat happened. That someone hit a button and said that North Korea had sent a nuclear bomb, to Hawaii. And I remember waking up that morning and being like, well, I guess this is how I go, and it's crazy. Just to think about how, those 15 minutes could have been the last of my life, and I would have never met my girlfriend now, the love of my life, and I would have never moved, never joined the army, never gone to high school at that point. I mean, it's crazy, So it definitely made me think at the end of that movie. Me and my girlfriend had to talk about that, because it's like, it messes with us. I don't know how else to put that, but it's such a good movie. Now, for TMNT, not the best that I've seen, but an amazing movie. It has really set the standard for animation. The past couple animation movies that have come out, whether that be Across the Spider-Verse, whether that be obviously this movie and some other movies that have come out, it really has set a standard. I love the artistic way that they did everything with Mutant Mayhem. It was awesome to see. It really was. I know people bash it kind of online from what I've seen, but I enjoyed it. I really did. What else I will say is I'm so glad that they cast teenagers. I think everybody is, but they really seem like a bond of teenagers, and that was awesome. I thought everyone did an incredible job. Jackie Chan as Splinter, great choice. I couldn't even tell John Cena was Rocksteady. Couldn't tell that. One thing, I forgot what his name is, but whoever Paul Rudd plays, I thought for sure it was Andy Samberg. I thought for sure. And then I looked at the cast and I was like, what? It's Paul Rudd. Anyways, then Ice Cube played a pretty good character. I think towards the end of the movie, though, it kind of got a little bit sloppy and became like a classic kid story, I don't know, it's just, TMT has always been not exactly like ruthless or nothing like that, but not like Kung Fu Panda. You know what I'm saying? I can't even put it on the level of Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda is amazing. I kind of just did because it was right there, but like the ending was almost like a Powerpuff Girls, if you will. I don't know, just so common, and so childish almost. And I get it. I think that the biggest thing is that they aimed it towards kids and they aimed it towards teenagers, when the audience you should be aiming it towards is adults. The people that grew up with TMNT. I mean, I didn't, but still, I would want a more mature TMNT. And I know Bay tried to do that a few years ago, and I honestly enjoy the movies. They're not too bad. I think they definitely need to focus on the turtles more, which I enjoyed about this movie. It wasn't about April. I will say one thing I did not like about the character-wise, was that Splinter did not seem like a wise, he wasn't like a wise master. He was just like your common old dad, which was a different take. It's not that it was wrong, it just, and I think that's also that more mature thing, aiming for that more mature audience, aiming for the teenager audience. They're like, oh, dad, but I don't know, personally I think Splinter is best being that old wise sensei, that teacher, that tutor for the turtles. I do think some moments of Michelangelo was dull, just because I've read The Last Ronin. If you haven't read that, it is an amazing comic series, and I love that. I love The Last Ronin so much. So, and obviously, it looks like they're in a whole different universe from that. Because Rocksteady and I forget the other guy's name, but they're supposed to be villains, and they weren't. That was loud, sorry, but they just weren't. They were just switched. They switched from the bad side to the good side so fast, And I think that's where the sloppy plot comes in at the end. The end just kind of got sloppy, but not a bad movie, good movie. I'd say I'd say it was definitely better than the Michael Bay movies for sure. Top 3. I'd say my top 3 right now are Mutant Mayhem. I'd say the 2007 TMNT animated. I mean, that's one of my favorites, you know, but the classic, the first one, I mean, you just can't go wrong. It's just the best one. But, I mean, it was good to see. Good movie, good for the kids and teenagers. I just think TMNT is supposed to be for a more mature audience. But they obviously went for the younger route, and I think, you know, a younger me would have absolutely loved the movie. And I still like the movie, but, you know, some of the choices that were made weren't comic accurate, and I think that definitely affected my rating of the movie. But still, like I said, a good movie overall. So both of these movies were really, really good, and I mean, I'm really glad I could share them with you. Let me know what you think in the comments about these 2 movies. I thought they were great. Oppenheimer is probably my favorite movie, you know, of all time right now. I know it's crazy, but personally, I love the movie. It's so thought-provoking. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and check in the next one.